How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. So I'm happy to announce that we have purchased another field. So this is the small little grass field that's next to our sort of latest field, and this was offered to me when I inquired to purchase that field just behind that little tree line there, but I didn't have the money at the time to actually buy it. But because of our recent baling job, the very big baling job, we made quite a bit of money and I was able to purchase this. So I am very excited about it. There's obviously grass growing here at the moment and we're not in a position to do any sort of grass work. So we'll just plow this in and we'll change this into an arable field. I'm not sure exactly what we're going to put in here yet, but I think something like linseed maybe. And it does have its own little access gate here as well, which is quite handy. Now I was thinking about maybe making a little road through here, maybe cutting down the small tree here and getting rid of part of this hedge so that we can access through here, maybe make a road down here, but I think I'm going to hold off on that for a while and we'll see what it's like to sort of access the field through the gate. If it's okay and it's not too awkward, then we'll just leave it at that. But yeah, it should be easy enough to just sort of go out of that gate down the road and into that field. The problem is there's no real easy way to get to that gate. There's not a lot of space around this field. So the only way we can make that properly accessible is to make this field slightly smaller, which we can do. It's not a big issue. We won't lose too much. Otherwise, we'll have to sort of drive around. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I think for now I'll just drive around. I don't think it's too far to get around there. But we'll see. If it becomes a problem, then we'll figure out a way to maybe build a road and decide exactly where it's going to go. But we have also moved all of our equipment. So all of the equipment is, well, over this side now. I've cleared up that side of the yard because I have got some people coming in today that is going to build us a lovely shed. Now, I found a disassembled shed. So it's basically one that was taken apart. And it's going to be reconstructed over here. And it shouldn't be too expensive. Which is good. And I'm very excited for it. And I think the combine will fit. It'll be just. The header won't though. I looked at the measurements of the shed. And yeah, the combine I think will just about get in the shed. It's not a huge shed. It's got 3 bays. But yeah, the header unfortunately is going to still have to stay outside. But that's okay. At least we'll have some space to get some of the other equipment under cover, which will be good. I don't know if it's the best of locations. I haven't really planned out what I want to do in terms of a yard over here. So I'm just sort of, yeah, going by sort of a gut feeling, I guess, and hoping for the best. Hopefully it doesn't bite me later on. But, I mean, it's been disassembled once, so if push comes to shove, we can also disassemble it again. It'll be a lot of work, but we could disassemble it again and move it and put it up somewhere else. But, yeah, I don't know. We'll just have to see how all of this develops. But, yeah, so we need to get to plowing on that new little field, and we'll get seed in there soon enough. We'll probably have to get some lime on that field after plowing and probably a bit of fertilizer as well. So there's going to be a bit of work to do there. But I have lined up another job that we'll take on first just to get that bank balance up a little bit again. It's not a massively well-paying job, but it should be okay. And it is a plowing job, so this is going to be interesting. Not sure exactly what we are working with in terms of equipment, but it should be an easy field to find because it is right behind the old plow where we stayed for a while when we first arrived here. So yeah, we're going to make our way over there. We'll take a quick look and see what we are working with, and then we'll get into that. And after that, we'll head back to the farm and carry on with work over there. Alright, so we are just about coming up to the old plow. And this is where we stayed when we just arrived. And it was lovely. Okay, the field should be just back here, and that looks to be the equipment. Fantastic, looks pretty good actually. Alright. Yeah, this is literally where it all started. This is where we stayed when we first arrived here. And this is also where we got the 710 from. And for a moment I thought about maybe buying this piece of land back here. but it didn't seem too usable. And also, I don't know if it was actually for sale. But yeah, I think we did alright where we ended up. I'm quite happy with our little piece of land, and we're expanding pretty quickly. But yeah, this was an idea, but yeah, it was definitely just an idea. So we have got a class 650, very nice, and we have got a 5-furrow plow. Very cool. A little weight on the front as well. And this is the field in question. So it is relatively square. I'm not sure if we've got GPS there. Hopefully we do. That'll make life a little bit easier. It does have a little bit that sort of just dips off the end there. So we'll maybe just end up doing completely separately from the rest of the field. I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure out what's sort of easiest to do. Right. Let's get this fired up. I'm not sure how much power these tractors have. We do have GPS. That's fantastic. Makes life a lot easier, especially with something like plowing. But there we go. Is everything hooked up correctly? Looks pretty good to me. Alright, so yeah, I think we'll probably get that GPS going, and then we'll get most of the field knocked out. But I'll do the headland last, because there's going to be a lot of compaction with us sort of turning around. So yeah, we'll knock out most of the field, and then we'll run around and sort of clean up the rest of the field. But we are going to get the drone out and jump into this. So for now, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Alright, so that is job done, and that was good. That was very enjoyable, and I ended up doing the last little bit and the headland off camera just because it was a little bit fiddly and it wasn't going to be too fun to watch. Now, we did end up getting paid for that job, and it was a bit over £2,000, but we are only sitting on £8,609 because I have paid for the shed and the construction of the shed, and it is currently about 1:25 because I've been out here helping the guys build the shed, and it went pretty quickly. So in a few hours we got it set up, and that is it. Look at that! How cool! So this is technically a second-hand shed. Well, it is a second-hand shed. It's exactly what it is. So this was disassembled somewhere else. I'm guessing upgrading to probably something newer or bigger, or maybe something that's metal, less maintenance. But it means that we did get it cheap. It was £2,000 for the shed with the labor to actually build it. And as you can see, the combine fits in it really nicely. It's height-wise it's fine, width-wise it's fine, it's just length. It barely fits in lengthwise, but yeah, it's good. Unfortunately, the header doesn't fit. It's just too wide to get in between these posts. But I have got our seeder in there, and the cultivator, and then the 2 lifters, and the plow, which we're going to use in a minute. And I've got the spreader over here. And now we've got a bit of room here. If we want to buy another tractor, we can put it in there. But yeah, we don't need another tractor right now. But we do have the space for some more equipment. And yeah, the trailers will just sit over there for now. Along with the roller, I'm not worried about getting that undercover. And then we just have the big concrete weight sitting next to it there. But I am very happy. And it's amazing how quick these guys can assemble these things. It is astonishing, actually. So I was trying to help where I could, but I think I was more in the way than anything else. I think I was actually slowing them down. But yeah, definitely they know what they are doing. But yeah, very, very happy to have the combine under some cover. That is really cool. And obviously we just cleared up a bit of the sort of grass area here to make it into, well, just gravel. And yeah, have the yard a little bit bigger. So that is great. That is really exciting, actually. I was thinking about maybe getting rid of some of these trees here and moving the shed up a little, because that would give us a bit more space over here. But we don't really need it, and also I kind of like the privacy of that. I like the fact that it's sort of shielded. So I decided to, yeah, just not do that and have the shed a little bit over this way. Like I say, wouldn't have made much of a difference because it's not exactly usable space over here anyway. It's literally just a driveway. So yeah, I think location wise I think it's good. I was kind of thinking about maybe building it here, sort of along that way and then facing inward, and I think that's probably where we'll build our 3rd shed, because it'll leave open this little space here if we do ever end up buying this piece of land, which would be amazing. It would be nice to sort of have this gap open. But if not, we could always sort of block that off with an actual shed and just make sort of like a courtyard area in here. But I don't know, we'll see. We'll probably have to get rid of that tree if we do build a shed in here and we do want sort of access through there. We'll probably have to get rid of that little tree. But anyway, we'll worry about that if we ever get there. But we need to get the little John Deere back out, the 710. Astonishingly, we've actually been using the 710 for just about everything over the 5403. It's just so maneuverable, and it works really well on all of our implements. So when we get into bigger implements, I think the 5403 will come more into play. But for the moment, the 710 is doing a fantastic job, especially now that we have the extra little weight on the front there. Really does make a big difference with the heavier implements. But yeah, it's just really maneuverable, and it's actually quite powerful. Well, not powerful, that's not the right word. It punches above its weight is the right term there. So yeah, very, very impressed with our little John Deere indeed. But yeah, we're going to head over to that field, and we are going to get the drone back out, and we'll get that field knocked out. So for now, sit back, relax, and enjoy. so that is job done, and that went pretty well. I'll be honest though, I think that plow is probably better suited for the 5403. It's just the 710, because it's so maneuverable and this is quite a small field, I thought let's use that instead. But if we do plowing again on any of the bigger fields, I think I'll probably grab the 5403 for that, just because of the weight, increased power, and also four-wheel drive. Because the 710 does just fine once it gets going, but it does struggle a little bit to actually get going in the first place. So yeah, it's not overly happy, but it's very impressive. But yeah, we ended up with a decent sized field over here. I was maybe a little bit overly ambitious with the plowing in terms of the size. I was trying to get the most out of this piece of land, and yeah, I'm kind of in the hedges here, and also, yeah, maybe a bit too close to the creek here. It's going to be interesting coming down there with a combine. So yeah, I hope that angle is not too steep. But yeah, I'm just trying to sort of maximize this little field here. But yeah, I think it went pretty well. Now, I don't know about this gate, whether we're ever going to end up using it. Obviously, we got pretty close there, so opening the gate is going to be a problem. It's going to be right in the crop. But I just drove through here, so maybe I'll end up making a little road here, getting rid of this hedge, because I just drove straight through that hedge, and eventually it'll probably flatten out. But yeah, maybe we should make a proper road leading down here. I think it'll be much easier than driving around and using that gate. It's convenient and there's enough space here, unless we want to make this field bigger, but I don't think so. I think a little road here will probably be a better idea. But yeah, a very successful day there. We have got another new field. We have got a lovely new shed, which I'm very excited for. And we got a bit of work done, contract work and work of our own. So that field now, we'll probably have to get some lime as well as fertilizer on there. And then we should be ready for seeding. And I think I'm going to go with linseed. Not 100% sure yet, but about 95. So we'll see how that all turns out. But we are going to leave it there for today. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you all next time.